Let's talk to Fox News senior strategic analyst and retired four-star General Jack Keane to get your insight. General, we were going to talk about Afghanistan, but breaking news changes things. Your sense about the impact this trade deal will have on our relationship with Japan and China?
Well, first of all, it's not surprising that we're making a deal with Japan. This is the world leader that the president has the closest relationship to. He talks to him more than any other world leader. It was forged as a result of the crisis in North Korea, which beset the presidency when he took power. Look, at the issue with China is there's growing consensus that they're an economic predator. But what is also a very much part of their playbook is their military and geopolitical expansion at the expense of our allies and also United States security. So the United States, and it's not obvious because we don't talk about it that much, has a comprehensive strategy in concert with our allies to push back on China's expansion. Economically, lots of attention paid to it, but also militarily and geopolitically. And that's what this is a part of. And it's absolutely critical that we start to take a stand against the expansion that China is imparting on the world itself.
General, so what are the actual national security implications of a deal like this with Japan for China? When China is sitting back and the leadership in China is listening to this come to fruition, are they nervous?
Well, I don't think they're necessarily nervous yet because they have had their way for so many years in terms of their intimidation and coercion campaign, the impact that has had on our allies in the region. Let's just take Japan to give you a sense of it. Last year alone, Japan had to alert their fighter aircraft 687 times because of China's invasion of their air rights, their international air rights. This year, they're up 30%. That's just one ally. In Taiwan, it's actually worse than that. So, yes, this is a stake in the ground. It's a position the United States is taking. It's certainly going to be helpful to us in terms of the trade and tariff disagreements we have with China. But it's much more important than that in terms of the geopolitical aspect of it. And the fact that we're uniting with our allies and confronting China in a way that the previous administration was not willing to do is really the message.
Is it your sense, then, General, that there is a sort of building of a coalition of the willing, to refer back to a time when we were trying to intercede in the Middle East, but in this case, President Trump building trade deals with our allies like Japan? It looks like we will have one with the UK as well that will strengthen our military national security threats from China as well.
Yes, that's absolutely the case. And the fact that you brought up Europe, the Europeans have always taken a knee to China because of the fact that they've been an economic predator and it's a form of blackmail. And the United States is strengthening the Europeans also to stand up to them. And while that's happening slowly, not fast enough in our minds, it is happening. And this world consensus that is taking place dealing with China's aggressiveness is going to be very helpful. And the world wants the United States to lead in this effort. And the United States is stepping up to that leadership role.
General Keane, staying with Japan briefly, we're talking about the military. After World War II, they famously took a defensive posture, didn't spend that much on their military. Do you think it's important as we build this alliance that they become more offensively capable if necessary?
Well, they very much are. Shinzo Abe has put more into the defense budget than any of his predecessors by far. He has given continuous advice to the President of the United States, not just on North Korea, but on China. I mean, he is looking clear-eyed every single day of what China's intimidation and coercion is doing to his regime and his allies in the region. And his defensive posture, as well as our other allies, is very important. Noted on Fox, the big major deal with Taiwan, the $8 billion deal and the purchase of F-16 aircraft is all part of that strategy.
Absolutely. General Jack Keane, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
General. Thank you.
Yeah, good talking to you.